Hey everybody, Never1212 here, joined by Gino. Gino, say hello to the lovely people out there.
Hello. Um, we wanted to get Big T to join us, but the only way that three people can do this is if we used Skype, and Big T does not remember his Skype password.
Oh, that's the reason why he doesn't want to do it?
Well, he
You know,
wanted to do it, he just doesn't know his password.
well, that's what I mean.
uh, I've got to tell you something, and it's probably the funniest thing I've seen all day. Uh, have you ever heard of something called the Gary Coleman Show?
I'm vaguely familiar with the Gary Coleman show.
So I saw this when I was a kid, but now, as a grown man, educated in racism, I understand now. the Okay, so it's about Gary Coleman and like he's dead in this cartoon.
Oh,
It's an animated show, and he's dead somehow. And
well, he's dead in real life.
what? Well, I mean, it was like in the 70s or like I think
Oh,
80s. And
okay.
the whole premise of the show is he's like an angel, like with attitude, like what you talking about? What you talking about? Like this
Uh-huh.
angel gives him like a halo, and he's like fuck this, and like he just like makes it all crooked, because he has attitude. And the whole thing is he has like a boss, which is like this white woman who looks like a school teacher, and you don't see any
Okay.
black angels. It's just that one white angel woman, and she's always bossing Angel Coleman around, telling him, "Ah, Carrie, you gotta do this. You want to get to heaven, don't you? You gotta do this. You gotta do that." So he's just going on these assignments to like help his kids, help his friends.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, what do you think of the Gary Coleman show?
Well, the summary, uh, the summary that you just gave is kind of strange. Was this a pilot that never got picked up?
Oh
Did it
no,
actually make it to air?
this was syndicated. This used to play on Cartoon Network with old reruns. This was a real show.
And it was a syndicated show.
Oh yeah.
Well, if it's on Cartoon Network, it's syndicated.
Oh yeah. It was a
Wow.
yeah. It was a
Well, I don't know what to think about the Gary Coleman show, a cartoon about Gary Coleman being dead, an angel,
a right
and,
woman angel.
well, Gary Coleman's acting as an angel, or is he like
No, he's
Clarence
dead.
from It's a Wonderful Life?
He's Clarence. He's dead. Gary Coleman
Well,
is dead.
yeah, and he's an angel.
Yeah. But like the boss apparently is like a white woman, and you never see any like black angels. He's like the only black angel ever, and it's like he has
Wow.
to take orders from like a white angel. I just, you know,
Well,
it's just weird and somewhat unsettling watching it now.
well, Gary Coleman's TV show, Different Strokes, a show
Oh
about two
yeah.
black brothers being
Oh,
adopted by a white father. Uh,
scandalous.
I mean, that just is that's like feels like a show trying to be more accessible to everyone. But it's like, oh well, you can have black kids, but not black
Well, yeah,
parents.
but like the white father wasn't like a strict boss. Like this is like the angel. It's like his like boss, like superintendent. Like working man. Father is like a father.
That's true. The
You didn't.
father is like a father.
You didn't get the medallion, did you, Nevitt? Are you gonna get the medallion before this session? You gotta get the medallion, man.
Well, I'll get the medallion at some point, but I'm not getting it right now because I'm in the castle.
There's one room later in the castle where if you had the medallion, it would be so much easier. I mean, I'm just saying.
Oh. What room?
I think it's this room right here, actually. No, there's one room, like a bunch of motherfuckers. Or, you know what I realized? Now that YouTube is stupid now, I am demonetizing your video every time I swear.
Well, I'm not monetized in the first place because I'm not part of the monetization program.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't meet the criteria in terms of view counts because I don't make content that's viewable.
I was thinking about that. I was like, I probably shouldn't swear as much because I don't want his video to be demonetized. See, I'm trying to look out for you.
Well, I appreciate the sentiment, but like I said, I'm not in danger of being demonetized as I'm already not monetized.
So you're not an endangered species, huh?
No, I'm not a kiwi.
Kiwi is not endangered.
I was talking to somebody who was under the impression that the kiwi was an endangered species.
A kiwi's a fruit.
No, my friend. The bird a kiwi that looks like a kiwi with a beak.
What?
It's a New Zealand flightless bird.
What?
This man doesn't know what a kiwi is.
Well, I don't think I'm alone. The only flightless bird I know is like the ostrich and the pingawing. What does this kiwi look like?
Okay, imagine the fruit, a kiwi.
Uh-huh.
Now put 2 little legs on it.
You're fucking with me.
And a beak. I'm not!
Is it
I'm
like...
not.
Is it like, what's that fucking Pokemon? Dodo?
Dodrio and Dotrio?
Yeah, Dotrio and Dotrio. Oh no, Zoda! Yeah, baby!
Well, I never understood why, if that's Zelda, what's with the brown hair?
Maybe she died.
I guess Zelda had brown hair in this game, didn't she?
Well, Link has like purple hair in this game or some shit.
Yeah, he's got pink hair because of sprite limitations.
Okay, so something I always wanted to know, and you being an encyclopedia of sorts. Is there
You're never gonna let that go, are you?
Okay, see what he did there, the fucking 3-ball buster? Is there a way to tell when he's doing that and when he's using his regular energy beam?
I don't think there's really a way. You just kind of have to... Like, right now I know he's gonna do the Thunderbolt.
Yeah, because with his hands, you know.
Because he goes into the center of the stage.
Yeah. That's really stupid that he would, like, use an attack that would hurt him. I mean, you would figure, like, after the first time he uses it, shouldn't he be like, oh shit, I probably shouldn't do this? Because, like, it's hurting him, or hurting me.
I mean, you'd think that, but maybe that's the only attack he knows. Like, he only knows these 3 attacks, and he keeps running out of mana. Oh, why did I stand in the middle of the stage?
If he had a gun, he could just shoot Link.
You know, you're distracting me, and now I'm gonna die. Do I have a fairy? I have a Fieri.
Remember that boss
Come on,
in
little Fieri.
Remember that boss in Star Fox 64, the one on the asteroid field? That boss was so cool because he could like shoot lightning. What are you laughing at?
Remember that boss? He was so cool.
Yeah, the one in, you know, like the second boss in the asteroid field, and he was like, I admit defeat. If this does not work... You don't know what I'm talking about, do you, Neville?
Yes, I know what you're talking about. The second level, if you play Star Fox and go into the asteroid field, because there's a couple ways to get to... Like, the second level isn't always the asteroid field.
Oh, you shot him with his gun. Now what's he gonna do? What's he possibly gonna do?
Oh, he cheated. He cheated.
Now don't forget the heart piece.
Oh, don't forget the heart piece, he says.
Fucking backseat driver over here. Oh, Jimmy, get the mushrooms!
Get the mushrooms!
Ah.
I've not seen that movie.
The Wizard?
No, I've never seen The Wizard, the movie you're quoting.
It's good.
You can't say that with a straight face. You have to say it's good. Well,
I mean, if I watched it again, I would not feel like I wasted 2 hours of my life.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you absolutely positive about that?
Look, most of America wasted 90 minutes of their life yesterday, so
We're
I'm not really worried about.
We're not talking about that.
I'm not talking about it. I'm just making a reference. So I don't really think 2 hours is gonna make much of a difference.
Okay, so you're
God, you
saying I
shouted
should
at me. You
watch
got
the
all
video.
mad.
I don't want to. I don't even want to mention it. I
How
think it's
dare
not
you shout
something
at
that.
me?
Well, people don't want to hear about it,
You
and I don't
devil.
want to talk about it.
You devil. And you know what? You know what? You still have
Peanuts.
not gotten the medallion.
Well, I'm in the Dark World. Do you want me to get it right now?
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, shit. Isn't there the other medallion you can get with
I was gonna say,
the...
sure, I'll get the medallion, and then I'm actually gonna go to.
Wait, stop. Don't move. Just stop. I want to show you something really fucking cool. Okay. Hold on. Don't move. Just hold on. This is really fucking cool.
Okay, this is gonna make for some great Let's Play content.
Go up a screen. Okay. Go to the left. See that little patch right there?
Yeah.
You can actually hookshot across the river.
Okay, that'd be cool if I had the hook shot.
Well, I mean, not a lot of people know that, but, you know what I'm saying? Did you know that?
I didn't realize that. I've actually never hook shot across the river. I did notice that there's an arrow in the grass underneath of it.
There's, the first time I played this, there was the best, and I mean the best, fucking guide on GameFAQs, that got me like 100%, and he showed me how to do that.
Ah.
He showed me with his words.
He showed me with his words. His typed words.
Yeah. And I wish I knew what the guy's name was. If you look up the guide from like 2002 or 2001 by someone named... It starts with an M or whatever. He has like the best fucking guide.
I got the Quake medallion.
Yeah. Why is the water green? Water isn't green. Water is never green.
We're in the Dark World.
So?
The water is polluted.
Oh shit, is it really?
I don't know. That's how I always thought of it.
Oh, you ever seen the death animation with Link getting poisoned and, no, when he drowns in Majora's Mask?
Yeah.
That is some hardcore shit, man.
I mean, I feel like the drowning animation in any game is really rough.
You see the body.
Brental Floss recently made a with lyrics video for the Mario 64 water levels. And in those levels, or in the song he wrote about it, he talks about drowning and how it. This is a game for kids.
Oh yeah,
But,
you can hear him all choking and shit.
yeah, but it's like you drown in, you can drown in Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time. You can go beneath the water in Wind Waker, and you make like horrible gurgling sounds there too. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like all around not very good.
What are you trying to do here? Why did you go into that building? What are you doing?
Well, I bought a potion because I'm.
Ah, right devil, oh right devil. What are you
Dang it.
doing? What are you doing?
I'm going back in the light world because I'm gonna get the other medallion now. Since you were so gung ho about medallions.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go into the. What do you think of the dungeons in the Dark World? Do you find them much more difficult?
Well, I always felt like the first three dungeons in this game are very similar to the first three dungeons in Ocarina of Time in terms of like how difficult they are. And the Dark World dungeons are like the adult dungeons. It's kind of like the same, the same idea, but instead of now the only difference is that the Dark World is all evil, and when you're an adult, the world's all evil. So I'm not the first person to make this connection, but
Well, it's
Ocarina
funny.
of Time. Ocarina of Time uses a lot of A Link to the Past's story notes.
Well, it's funny because when I think of these dungeons, I think like the first three are like shit, and then it's like, oh shit, this is really difficult. But then I'm like, well, that's how it was in Ocarina of Time, at least for me. Like the first three are like shit, and then it's like, oh my god, it's so difficult. Like the Forest Temple was fucking stupid, man. I mean, it's easy now. Whatever. It's easy when you know what to do. But
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing it for the first time, without having just an idea of how the game's gonna play out, because I know a lot of people have the ability to just be like, well, I knew what was going on the first time I went through the dungeon. I'm sure there are people who are like that. I'm not like that. You're not like that. I feel like most people aren't going to be like that.
what do you think of Ego Raptor's video on Ocarina of Time?
The sequelitis video.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's a good quality video. Of course, Raptor makes enjoyable content, but I think I don't agree with it a lot because, well, I like Ocarina of Time, and I don't think it's so similar to A Link to the Past. I mean, there are a lot of differences. You do grow up.
Yeah. I think what he was talking about, where it's like, oh, there's so much rating and you have to do this and that, and I think it's like, well, as a player, I want to explore and I want to do this. It's like, okay, fair enough, but I mean, at the same time, it's like, it's hard to explain. It's like, yeah, I want to do this, even though you can't because you have to progress through the game, but
Yeah.
it builds up the excitement of getting there. It's like, oh, there's a fence or there's a gate that's closed and I really want to explore. I, the player, want to do that, but I can't do it now. But I know that, like, instead of like the gate just being open, it's like, yeah, whatever, just fucking explore it. But now it's like, just, the suspense builds up even more. That's just how
Yeah.
I felt.
I agree with you. I think limitations and, like, boundaries, it's okay to be patient and say, like, well, I can't do that yet because of whatever reason.
Yeah,
I mean, of course, if you want a game where you can just do whatever you want and, have no boundaries and still play Zelda, that's what Breath of the Wild is, but it has its own shortcomings.
See, the problem with me in Breath of the Wild is that my dick is just so big that every
I'm
time
shaking my head.
every time I try and play the Switch, my dick just gets in the way. So, I mean,
Well, that's because you're using a Switch Lite.
no, it's because my dick is just so big.
All I'm hearing is blah, blah, blah. I like to talk about my own phallus.
Sheep. That's the what? Sheep.
Doesn't even make sense.
Man, I
So-
can't wait. Oh yeah, go on.
We're heading to the first dungeon now that I have both medallions, and I know there's not any more.
Yeah. Did you hear that Miyamoto or whomever wanted to make the medallions in Ocarina of Time give you like powers?
I've not heard that,
Yeah.
but the game kind of hints to that effect by saying, like, take this medallion and my power.
My power.
But I feel like, well, what power could the medallions give?
Maybe, like magic power, like Link could like shoot water, and then Link could like shoot fire, and then maybe he can like heal himself with like the forest medallion, and maybe he can like turn invisible with the shadow medallion. Shit, this shit's easy. It just makes itself,
Well, okay, you turn invisible. Does that mean enemies don't see you?
But yeah, it's like the stone mask, but it's only like a limited time. That would make the game much easier than it already is. I mean, combat-wise, the game is pretty fucking easy. I think you said this, or someone said this, where it's like, um, Link's Awakening. Fuck me in the ass. A Link to the Past is like more action-oriented, and Ocarina of Time is more puzzle-oriented. And I read somewhere in Nintendo Power. Yeah, I read in Nintendo Power that when Oracle of Ages and Seasons came out, they were like, Ages focuses more on puzzles, and Seasons focuses more on combat.
Well, that part is... I do remember hearing that, and I only had Ages for the longest time, until, I was able to get both, and play through them together.
Monkey.
But there definitely is, like, a major difference between Ages and Seasons. But I think the gameplay mechanics between A Link to the Past and Ocarina of Time are... You can't really compare the two, because you're going from, a top-down adventure game like A Link to the Past is, to a 3D adventure game. The first 3D adventure game. So there's not really any expectation to meet. It just has to be enjoyable.
Do you ever think they make a Diablo game that's not asymmetrical, that looks like WoW?
I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the different play styles. Like, I prefer the asymmetric gameplay of Diablo to the gameplay of World of Warcraft. But they're both enjoyable. But I put, hundreds of hours into Diablo 2. So, I mean, of course I'm going to enjoy that more than World of Warcraft, which I've only played maybe 25 hours of.
I am so excited for Diablo 4. It looks so cool. And apparently there shouldn't be any loading screens, so it's like, free woman. I want to make, like, a wizard, a female wizard. But I'll probably pick a different name than I did for Diablo 3.
Yeah. For anyone who's wondering, it's inappropriate to say. And if Gino even says it, I'll bleep him out. So don't worry, you're not going to hear about it.
I'm telling you, though, there was an anime that was
called
that.
I know. I don't care.
Who was that guy? The guy who would make the Dragon Ball Z dubs. And he's like a black guy and like weekly dub.
That's Weekly Tube Show.
He did a abridged of this anime that I'm not allowed to say.
You're not allowed to talk about.
And
well, okay. So if you're really curious about what the name of Gino's Diablo character is,
no, don't say it now. It's so fucking stupid. I can't believe I called.
Look up Weekly Tube Show and think, what name would Nevitt not want to say in his videos?
Well, now you're gonna think it's like something super awful.
Yeah, but when they find it, they'll be like, oh, well, I can see why Nevitt wouldn't want that.
Yeah. I bet that one guy who always comments in paragraphs is gonna ask about it. And I bet
I like that guy.
Yeah, he's starting to grow
whose
on
name
me.
I keep forgetting.
Yeah, he's growing on me. I bet in his paragraph comment he's gonna talk about how
oh, he'll list
we
everything
mentioned that he writes in paragraphs.
And he'll say, wait, are you talking about me? And yes, we are. But we enjoy it.
Was he... You?
He was not...
I'm talking to the person directly now, whose name I can't think of. Are you the same one who used to watch my old abridged episodes and you would make those long-ass comments about, Gino, why are you doing this? You are a devil! I mean, you never said that, but I wonder if that guy's the same one, or if it's like another person who also writes in long paragraphs.
I think the art of a long paragraph or of a long comment is kind of it's not very often seen.
The only time I write in long paragraphs is like when I'm really fucking mad at someone. But even then, it's like stupid because it's like a lot of times like when someone replies to me and they have like a long ass paragraph and like they're really mad at me, I don't even bother reading it. I just go to the end. I'm like, "You gonna get that book published, bro?" You know?
Wow. What a jerk.
Hey man, they drew first blood.
I'm sure they didn't.
Oh, fuck you. This dungeon gave me so much trouble. Oh my god. I remember having my mom actually, as I was playing the game, shut up, you ass right. She actually read the guide online, and we were both laughing at how stupid this was, because she was like, go to the room with the 4 skeletons, kill the 4 skeletons, and then place a bomb on the floor. She starts laughing, like, Gino, this is stupid.
She called you Gino?
Well, you know, she used my real name, but you know. Hey, do people know your real name?
They know it's Steven.
Oh. I don't know why my real name is so secret. It's like...
I might have just, like, blown somebody's mind, but probably not.
What the fuck? Oh, hey, Chad, I know you're watching this. Fucking hit me up on Facebook, you devil. I haven't talked to you in years.
Well, you sure hope that he's watching.
I seen him comment in the last video. Oh, Burrod, he fucking old street tough, man. I haven't talked to him in a couple of years.
Just because he commented doesn't mean he's watching.
No, he's watching. No, hit me up on Facebook, devil. You got, you know my real name, or,
Hey, if you're watching, drop in on my Discord channel, and...
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Well, yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, obviously.
Mm-hmm. I swear to God, every time I see people do that, I always, like, just fast forward the video as fast as I can. Like, no, shut up, I don't want to hear you promote yourself.
Well, some people, you know, if it helped, I don't think it really helps. I mean, I don't think I have new people watching my videos. I don't think my content really attracts new viewers. But if it helped to say, you know, please like and subscribe, I would say it, but I just don't think it does.
Lapdog never said anything like that in his old videos, and he got like...
That's why he's the king, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Hail to the king.
And he got like 13,000 subs, and I mean, now that's like nothing, but back then, you know, back in like 2008, that was like big money.
I feel like it was 13,000 people who actually watched.
Dude, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Lapdog was a real player.
My stars, he sure was a man.
He would get on that computer, and he would go... I always had stupid joke, like, oh, my dick! No, he had a lot...
That wasn't his joke.
My dick! Oh, and it looks so sad. Oh, my dick! It's so big, and it looks so sad.
You're thinking of The Butler Did It.
Oh, you mean, my dick? Wow, look at you! Getting that fucking, I think someone sent me a message.
Oh.
No, I'll look at it later. You beast! You smelly beast! Oh my god, can I tell people the Howard Stern joke? Please, 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 please.
As long as you think it's appropriate. And conducive to our conversation.
Well, you were saying smelly beast. Okay, yeah. It'll be fine. So...
It'll be fine. Famous last words.
Howard Stern, a few years ago, got really fucking mad at Oprah. I can't remember what it was about. Something race-related. And Howard was like, you beast, You smelly beast. And Robin, his co-host, who's like black, she was like, Howard, come on, how many black people have you hired? And he's like, go look in the mirror. And she's like,
Yeah.
well, not me, but like in general. But it's like the fact that like he called Oprah like, you beast, you smelly beast.
Yeah, I mean, very disrespectful.
I forgot what he was mad about, but it was just stupid. You beast.
I would say so.
Look at you getting that money.
Yeah, I almost forgot.
You know what I love about this game is
What?
oh shit, is this like the first Zelda game that has different colored rupees?
Well, the first game, it really only had one color rupee, but, it was either a static image or a flashing image.
Yeah.
And Zelda 2 didn't have rupees, so, I mean, it's safe to say that, yes, this is the first game
Whoa.
with different colors.
Have you ever thought about that? I mean, it's like the colors stayed the same. Like blue is still 5 and red is still 20 and
But it's not always that way.
no, what?
Sometimes, in certain games, blue is not 5.
Oh.
And then, the yellow rupee, like, what is a yellow rupee?
That's 10.
Right, but not in every game. There are outliers. In certain games, the colors are switched around.
What?
And of course, because I have a job now, I don't have the encyclopedia on the brain.
What?
So, I
Zelda
can't
game.
tell you
Whoa.
exactly which games have different denominations.
Denominations, huh?
Yeah, denominations.
Hey, yo.
It's like the Four Swords Adventure games. Oh, wait, those don't even have rupees, they have force gems. Never mind.
Man, are you gonna fight that dragon?
He's like a big turtle.
Is this the same dragon from Ocarina of Time? No, because this is a Western dragon, and that one was one of them Chinese dragons. It could be a Chinese dragon. It don't matter.
Well, in Zelda 2, you have a dragon named Volvagia in one of the versions.
Now that's
of
the same
Volvagia.
dragon as Ocarina of Time. I read that somewhere.
I guess it is.
Yeah, they just
Well,
changed
it's got the same name.
Yeah. They just changed the name a little bit in Ocarina of Time because Vegeta sounds way too cool.
Well, it's like Goma is not always the same Goma. The Goma in Wind Waker isn't the same Goma as the one in Ocarina of Time.
It's weird because she doesn't look like a spider. She looks like a fire-legged beast.
It's a big millipede.
Yeah. Oh man, did you ever see the third Human Centipede movie?
No, but I saw a review of it, and I think that's enough.
You see the second one?
No, but I've seen a review of it, and I had my fill.
There's a scene where there's like this fucking British punk guy who lives, I think, downstairs or upstairs in the apartments, and there's one time in the movie where the woman gets really mad at the guy, like she's broomsticking, hitting the ceiling with a broom. And he comes down and kicks open the door and trashes the place, and he's like, I'm gonna play my fucking music as much as I fucking want. What an asshole. Can you believe that?
Well,
what a dick.
yes, a movie about terrible people and terrible things happening to them. That's kind of like the go-to for all these gore porn videos.
I saw the second one, but...
This doesn't even look like a dragon.
Yeah, huh? Well, I always thought it was a dragon. It looks like a 16-bit dragon. What's
They have a dragon in this game.
Oh, yeah, the fucking fire and ice dragon.
And they have Mothra in this game, too. He fights Godzilla.
Oh shit, they do have Mothra, don't they?
I always called it Mothra.
But
I don't know what it's real.
I think the boss's actual name is Mothra, though. Dude, you just broke his fucking helmet.
I broke his mask, his Majora's mask. Oh no, I'm close to dying.
Use your powers. Oh,
I don't
wait.
want to die.
No, use your medallion.
Oh no, I
No!
died! Good thing I had a fairy. I guess I'm not the best Zelda player in the world.
Well, why don't
Of course,
you
I never claimed to be.
use your medallion, man. He is just kicking your ass with that tail, man. Oh, you know what's funny? In that guide I was telling you about, I remember the guy specifically says, make sure to stay clear of the spikes. And I'm like, you would have to go way out of your way to get hit by the spikes.
There?
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that is true. I don't know how you'd get to those spikes. I don't even know why they're there. Because if you're going that far up, you're away from the enemy's, weak spot, which is his face. I always thought that this 3D effect was like the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah, it looks cool. You know what's really annoying though? All these princesses pretty much say the exact same thing every time you save them.
True.
Wait, I think the second to last one does... She does like the whole Harry Potter thing, where it's like, you are the only one who can kill Ganon, and he's the only one who can kill you, and you
must collect all of his Horcruxes and defeat him.
Oh my god, I gotta tell you. Well, I've told you this, but I gotta tell the folks at home. So my dad and I, we used to watch Harry Potter, when they came out in theaters. But obviously, he's not gonna fucking sit through all those movies. So he took me to like the first 4, and then he just skipped 5 and 6. And it was like years since he saw any of them. And then I got them all... I think I got like Deathly Hallows on Netflix, like the DVD. And,
you mean like through the DVD service of Netflix?
Yeah, like part 1 and part 2.
Okay.
And he was like, I want to see the new Harry Potter movie. And I'm like, well, Dad, you haven't kept up with them, you're gonna get... He's like, no, I just want to see what all the actors look like when they're grown up. I'm like, well, okay, fair enough. So he starts like, who's that?
Sounds perverted.
Well, it's like, cause he's really into like, what the actors, because he saw them when they were kids. He's like, he wants to see how, like...
And he thought, when they're older, I'll get to look at them again.
Well, the thing is, like, because I tell him, like, okay, but you haven't really, kept like, no, I don't care about the plot. Just, I want to see the actors. So I'm like, okay. And he's like, who's that? And he points, like, I think to Fred or George. He's like, that's Ron's brother. Who? And then it's like, they're walking around, like, trying to get the Horcruxes. And he's like, where are they going?
What are they doing?
Exactly. Like, what are they doing? I'm like, okay, okay. Oh, but the best one was, so... when Final Fantasy VII Advent Children came out. It came out on DVD, and I don't know if you're familiar with this, Nevid, but Advent Children is like a sequel to Final Fantasy VII.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they made a movie that took place 2 years after the game. And, so my dad gets it from Blockbuster for some reason. And I'm watching the intro with him, like, oh, cool, you got Advent Children. I'm not really sure why, but that's cool. And he's like, it seems like I'm missing a backstory. Do you know about this? And I'm like, okay, I need you to listen to exactly what I'm about to tell you. So it's like, I try and say, okay, so there's this organization called Shinra. Like, I'll figure it out. And then it's like half an hour later, like Sephiroth shows up. And he's like, who's that guy? Like, oh my god. Okay, so I need you to listen very carefully.
Listen here, you old, stupid man.
That's like if you're watching Lord of the Rings with your dad, and he just...
Why are they so worried about this little ring?
Yeah, like, he completely bypasses, like, the first 2, and, he's like, so what are they trying to do? Does your dad ever do that?
unfortunately, my dad's more of the kin of staying quiet during a movie because he has trouble hearing.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then at the end, he was like, I really couldn't understand it because I couldn't hear what was going on.
Oh, right. Well, dude, I'm on his side, dude. You know what I've noticed about Star Trek Next Generations? Um, the music they play before a commercial gets so fucking loud, you know? It's like,
Yeah.
you know? Like, Jesus, dude, turn that shit down.
The only thing I can think of why they would do that is because it always seems like the volume of music in commercials versus the actual shows is always much, much louder. So maybe they had the increase in volume there to be like, hey, just so you know, it's gonna get really loud.
No, dude,
so...
it gets really fucking loud. Well, no, it gets... It's the same thing of, like, the Waltons. The Waltons does the same fucking thing. My dad would always be like, the music's fucking loud and the people talking is too low. I'm like, he ain't lying.
I mean, I just think that's poor audio mixing, and it seems to be that, like, audio mixing has always been a problem.
Did you get, the flippers?
Yes, I did. Now I'm getting the heart container piece up here.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, don't forget to get the shield.
Yeah, I'll get the shield and the magic boomerang as well.
The shield. The first time I ever saw Din's Fire, which is not really related to what we're talking about previously, but a friend of mine brought over his copy of Ocarina of Time, and he's like, hey man, want to see something cool? And then he does Din's Fire. I'm like, what the fuck? That is so cool. How did you do that? Like, secret?
No!
What? You fuck up?
I accidentally threw in my bow and arrow.
She give them back to you.
I know, but I always feel like, don't do it again.
What happens if you do it again? Is she gonna, like...
I've never done it. I do what I'm told, Gino.
Can you still steal items in Link's Awakening, like the new updated version?
Yes, you can. But I never did it because I didn't want to be called a thief.
It just seems like it's much harder this time, because I keep trying, and, dude, that game is so fucking good. I actually went back and started a new file. I just like walking around and looking at shit, you know?
Yeah, the aesthetic of the game is very fitting.
I like on my big-ass TV, and, you know, it looks like, the commercial that Japan made for Link's Awakening with, like, those, Christmas movies from the 70s, you know, with,
Yes.
Santa Claus is coming
Rudolph
to
the
town.
Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah.
Santa Claus is, escapes jury duty.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's enough for today. We have
Yeah.
played quite a bit.
We covered a lot of grounds, from Gary Coleman to, pastries.
We didn't talk about pastries.
Well, we're talking about them now, Nevitt.
Well, everyone have a good one. Good night.
Oh, what devil coming on down the line? What devil? Oh, what devil? Oh, what devil coming on? Shit, how do I stop this crazy thing?